aspiring top-tier duelers, and those newer maps, they are very, very strong at. Let's get into game, guys. This is map 3 between Base and Cooler. Cooler's life is on the line. I'm going to have to start on him. Oh, God. Oh, God. And the Base.
Okay, one rail for Cooler, and Base getting both the major items. No one has taken the yellows yet. So, Cooler, if you don't get anything, I'm going to get very worried for you.
Wow, he got a yellow. Is that enough to make you feel good?
Yeah.
Whoa, how did he hit that rail? I
Yeah,
swear
nice.
Base had
prediction
jumped
there,
out.
Cooler.
Get back down there, get back down. No, not you, Cooler. What's going on? You had the item there.
He's pissed off after the last game. It's clear.
Whoa. Oh my god, Cooler.
Combo from Cooler. Beautiful.
That is so hot. He messed up his positioning there. I think he doubted his ability to land a cleaner shot.
But I must say, so far, Cooler's really started this map with a good foot here.
It was worrying when he only had one yellow at the beginning, but he's turned it around nicely, and I'd like to see him challenge for this mega.
I think he will. There we go. Finds Base. Base is not going to stick around. Mind you, he will stick around. Wanted to avoid that rail shot.
Yeah. Evasive maneuvers. Oh, hello.
Surprise.
This is just like
Okay, awkward.
this GTFO. But now I feel like I'm going to be commentating a demon game. Cooler's got this good control now. And it's impressive that he got the control, but time to capitalize. Although I do trust
I mean, he was
Cooler's
playing
understanding of that.
He was playing super aggressive in the beginning, trying to go for the frag, but it didn't quite land enough. Base was always able to just heal himself after every fight.
Yeah, and Base was actually at the window there when Cooler picked up that mega, so he probably does have a time on it. Base just sitting here looking for the
Oh
shot.
my god!
Are you kidding me, Base?
That was insane LG there. Cooler trying to get onto there, and he does it in the end, but that was so painful. I've never seen a lift like that in that part of the room before.
That was absolutely crazy.
I almost feel bad for Base, because he deserves a frag for that.
If Base is under you with the LG, I'm afraid you're going to go flying.
Oh, that rail, that's such a risk from Cooler to go by like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, Cooler's trying to challenge here, rail for rail against Base. I don't know if that's a smart move. At 50, health bubble isn't up either, so Cooler in big, big trouble here. Man, that LG just completely turned things around.
It was all so good, and then it just wasn't. Cooler has no idea where he can go. He doesn't know what part of the map is safe right now. He's kind of just egging his way out. And no, that's not where I want to be. He's trying to run back.
But actually, rocket jumps there. He was like, oh my god,
Nope.
I gotta get out of here.
I understand a hasty maneuver there. Oh, he hears him. Alright, that's at least enough intel for Cooler to know what to do probably for the next few seconds. Nice jump. It's harder than it
For
looks.
once. Cooler, are you gonna take the peek there?
Not much more than a peek. He can't afford to take any damage at all.
Yeah, he didn't take damage, but he didn't really deal damage either. But look at that pre-turn rocket. That was good.
I like how Cooler read the Base was going to take the lower exit to Mega and not aggressively towards the yellow. He's got timings on all the items, but it's almost like he had a read on the player, because Base could have easily gone through the teleporter and attacked Cooler.
Wow.
I just thought
And
that
the
was
patience
interesting
there again
moment.
from Cooler. Unlucky that it didn't pay off.
Oh my god, these defensive rockets.
Yeah.
Base is gonna look for the vertical rail. He misses one, misses two, misses three. Cooler's dodge here.
Cooler, you're out of range. Why are you even trying?
What?
Wow.
Cooler, cheeky play.
If he
Just
got
like-
out of there without taking a rail, I don't
Yeah.
think I could cast
Base would
anymore.
have probably kicked himself.
That was already just ridiculous what Cooler did there.
Taking the standstill dodge to the extreme. But you could see, like, Base just didn't feel comfortable at all. What's
Yeah.
nice for Cooler though is look at his stack now.
Exactly.
He's earned
I was
this.
just about to say he's actually recovered fairly well.
I'm just flabbergasted. That was just weird. Now Cooler hoping to get himself a bit more. I mean, he had the last mega, and he's happy to trade the next one for a red. And now he's back in fighting shape. Remember, it was a couple of minutes ago now where Cooler was LG'd to about 14 health. And forced to play the most defensive game possible.
And here we are at 5-minute mark, 0 frags.
I like it. This is such a low fragging game, but it's such an interesting game as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's constant fighting all the time.
Oh, Cooler misses that rail. That would have been crucial there. And can he avoid base again?
Well, he doesn't go for the mega this time round. He lets him have it. So Cooler kind of forfeits a load of items there. And that top yellow was never taken by base. So base, I wonder what his route's going to be from the red armor. He's presumably going to take in a moment. That's dangerous for Cooler. He gets that yellow in the end. I don't think he heard it get picked up. The dodge again coming out from Cooler. How's he going to deal with this? I like that he drops down close to the wall, so it's hard to be hit. Wow.
Holy cow, this game is just ridiculous. I have no idea what's going to happen from 1 second to the next. There we go, a nice trade of rails rather. And Cooler left very, very low here. He's able to find some 25s, but you really can't afford to be around here.
How long is Cooler going to be able to get away with this? This is 3.5 minutes. Yeah. If Cooler does not win, then he is out of the tournament. And base will have a 3-0 over him, which would be an insane scoreline.
Absolutely. Base looking for the 3-0. Cooler fighting for his tournament life here. This is absolutely nail-biting. There we go. Base gets the red armor. Cooler, he's around for this mega, but he can't... Wow.
Oh my god. Cooler. Oh, he's so damn weak at the moment. 31 health. Is base going to be able to close in the gap? What is Cooler going to do now?
Base rocket jumps.
Cooler doesn't feel right. Something's up with the situation.
He's just looking for those sound cues, listening. Trying to figure out what base is going to do. Base is right underneath him. There we go. Cooler heard him.
Run!
Can he get out of here?
Oh my god. How is he still alive now? The yellow's up in a second. He's going to be able to take it, and now he's backing the hell out of there. Cooler survives still.
Somehow.
Holy shit. I don't know how he's doing this.
I think base might be giving out a bit too much respect to Cooler. Not playing it more aggressive.
Oh, what? The yellow got 2 rockets from Cooler. Great damage, but he's railable.
Yeah, he is railable. He's going to pick up this 25. He's no longer railable, but he is going to be missing out on a lot of armor there. And I don't know if he can challenge here. He's going to have to just do damage and get the... Yeah, there we go. That's all he could have done. Do the damage, get out.
My heart is hurting right now. The mega's up in a second.
Base. Oh my god, Cooler's going to steal this mega.
How did he have
Oh man.
This guy is just going inflated. I have no words.
If Cooler comes back from this, we need some kind of standing ovation of some sort. Rockets surviving just about. Cooler's combat skills looking good, and he's going to secure himself a red. Happy days for Cooler.
Cooler completely turned that around. Base now very, very weak here. 44 health, 84 armor, and this time Cooler's going to be looking to put on the aggression.
It's Cooler.
Got 1 yellow. Base is going to rocket jump for the other one.
Alright, Cooler's got the big items now. This is still a huge turn of events for... Oh my god, 1 grenade. I was expecting a telefrag or something. I don't know why. I'm on the edge right now. My Cooler is playing it so cool right now. And that's no pun intended.
1 minute warning.
But he still needs to find the frag. It's 1 minute to go. We still have no frags at all on the board. And Cooler has just managed to get himself the control. Just has to find like the first rail, and then maybe then.
Cooler needs to be careful here. He can't jump down on that rail. He's going
No!
What?
Are you kidding me? Again!
Surely base is going to peek back around here.
Oh my god! The rail!
Somehow.
24 seconds.
Wait, what? 30 seconds? I don't know.
30 seconds, sorry.
Which way's the clock
I can't
going?
even math anymore. My brain's just scrambled here.
Cooler needs the overtime now. He was just in a
seconds.
game-winning moment, but he didn't want to give up that mega health. He felt like he had to go down.
I was just thinking, he can't... Yeah, exactly. He's Doesn't have position on the Mega, and he can't afford to drop down onto base's LG again, because we know how that turns out.
Cooler wants the red. He's desperate for it. Oh my god, if he fell off there, it was possibly game. 1 second left. Base sticking around him. We've got the overtime, and Cooler will die. But there's
First
2
frag
minutes.
of the game.
First frag of the game in overtime.
After 10
Wow.
minutes of play.
Oh my god.
It was just plain ridiculous.
Okay, so Cooler's basically got, 1 minute 45 seconds to try and equal things up, maybe force another overtime or at least take the lead here.
Cooler should have heard him then. Yep. And there's going to be Mega. Cooler's got to race over there, but he's taking the exit that Base was at. He's not going to be able to push onto the item before him. He's going to have to wait a bit longer.
And I feel like now it's going to be Base who's going to turn up his defensive game. Cooler can hear him down there.
Oh, that was a nice little burst, actually. If Cooler jumps over, we know what Base can do with that
Yeah,
LG.
Cooler can't risk this.
He might even rocket jump across or
This is
something like
just
that.
a Mexican standoff here.
This is just silly now. At what point is Base going to turn around and say, like, you know what, I can get some more items here? He's just wasting time. It's like the clock. Precious seconds
Look
are
at that.
ticking
Oh my
away.
god.
He just lost the Mega, and now he's gonna lose out on the red.
Was
Cooler,
it worth it?
Cooler just tricked. He completely tricked Base.
But the drop again, Base is always making sure he's in a position where he can do a lot of damage. Cooler, he's chasing.
Cooler chase up the jump.
Oh no, the LG again.
But the Rockets, he gets the kill.
He ties it up.
Game.
Oh my god.
I can't believe he got the frag just there.
Cooler saw him off the spawn there. He knows exactly where Base is. Base going for the bottom yellow. Base actually gets himself the red as well. And they're probably going to meet up here for this top yellow. No?
Risks have been taken today.
Oh my god, this game. We might be seeing a second overtime here, guys. 9 seconds left. Base is down there.
Oh.
Base gets the opening rail. Cooler's not going to stand around. And I think this is going to be another overtime.
Yep, for sure.
Oh, that rocket. Cooler wasn't totally ready for that angle, but he's got the red armor right behind him. And just avoids the rail. Holy crap. Oh, no. Again.
What's
The
Oh
Whoa!
my god.
Nice
the
damage
raid,
there
yeah,
from
absolutely
Cooler. Oh
right.
my god. He took
Almost
so much
200.
LG damage, but he ended up dealing a hell of a lot as well. I must say, this is one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Beautiful rail from Cooler.
This is sick. This is such a sick match. How much health is Base on?
Base is on 75 health, 50 armor, and he's
Wow.
at the LG right now. Just sneaking around. Cooler hurt him.
After some of the moves that Cooler's been making, which have been so risky, I'm amazed that Cooler is managing to put himself in an advantage seemingly every time. It's nuts. There's the Mega. Just get the red. Cooler, you've turtled this game so damn long. You can turtle it a bit more.
Both
There we
players
go.
using rails this time, which is quite rare in
Set.
this match.
No! Base!
Wow.
He reads it.
Base
And he
gets
backs
up
off.
beautifully. And again, this is a very similar position to where we had last time. Cooler can't afford to drop here. He can't afford to jump either. Base is surely going to be ready for it. Finally, Cooler manages to get out of there. And
He needs to go for red, I think. What's he
Yeah.
gonna
We could
Oh.
hear Base going for the red.
do? Okay, that's definitely Mega the better item for Cooler to get. But he couldn't control both mages, unfortunately for him. Just a second to breathe is fantastic at the moment.
Yeah, Cooler on 200, and Base doesn't even have 100 health, but he has 200 armor.
The red's up in a second, but Cooler's playing it away from the items. That's the one item that's not going to be up for a long time. Base doesn't have any business going there at the moment. There's another overtime, but Cooler can't drop.
It's the LG. It's so deadly from Base. You can't pick this kind of fights.
Whoa, Cooler.
He still goes for the rail.
That didn't turn out so well for him. Cooler was very hesitant about what he should do. If he dropped for Mega earlier, then he would have been in a better position for it. Good rockets again. How's Cooler doing this much damage?
Where was the rail?
oh my god, Cooler needed to hit that rail. That would have given him the lead
Could it
again.
actually?
That's Base with a little Cooler. Base could be getting a frag here. Cooler in a lot of trouble. I don't think he's going to get out of here.
50
Oh my
health
God.
left on Base, and he's gonna get the red armor now. But there's plenty of time of this overtime.
Oh my god, Base so weak now. Cooler!
Cooler at 10 health, the mega health.
How? And Base is over there. This might be a kill.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, he gets it.
Through the window.
1 minute left, but it's still very much possible that Base is gonna levitate Cooler somewhere in this map and just
Here
get
we go,
this
guys.
nice frag.
Final minute of the game. Kuna managed to finally get himself in the lead.
Can he hold it
Good
though?
opening rocket from Kula.
I don't know if Base is going to be able to make such a comeback. Is he going to be able to pull it off? Cooler's got a decent stack, but there's one rail. Base, you've got to give respect to his aim.
Yeah, I think this is it. Kula's got both major items now. Now he just needs to make himself invisible, avoid Base at all costs. And I think he's got this one in the bank. Final 20 seconds of the game. He's heard Base down there.
I think at this point, we're just cheering Cooler on so that we can get more games between these two. Because otherwise the day is over.
Exactly.
And we simply don't
Here we
want
go,
that to
final
happen.
10 seconds. It's now and ever. Base is going to rush through the
Where
top.
is he?
Surely he saw Kula there. This is it.
Oh! It's going to be an air rocket.
Oh,
GG.
Wow. Probably one of the craziest Sinister games I've ever seen, honestly.
I'd say that's... There's been to be fair, there's been a lot of good games this year, but this is definitely one of the best maps of 2015, I'd say. Yeah, absolutely insane. Cooler manages to get us a 4th map in this series. He was on the edge there, and the amount of times where he had nothing when 0-0 was the score for 10 minutes and a second.